Ma'am, your video is on mute. Ma'am, your video is on mute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome one and all. Today, we are here on the 9th day of induction program. Today, we have with us Dr. N. Rajeshwari Madam, Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research. Her field of specialization is in industrial engineering. With her master's degree in industrial engineering and bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, she has retooled herself to work in the area of industrial engineering and production management. During her 25 years of teaching experience, she has published more than 65 research articles, of which 30 are in international journals and others in international and national conferences. She has organized several international conferences, national and international seminars, workshops, and faculty development programs funded by government agencies. Madam has delivered lectures in both national and international programs. As well, she is serving as a panel reviewer for various reputed and international and national journals. She serves as members of various professional bodies. As an appreciation, Madam has received Dexterous Staff Award for producing results in university examinations for various institutions, Best Educationalist Award from Malaysian Society of Structural Health Monitoring, and Excellence in Engineering Education Award from Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Proud to have you today in our midst, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. And now, Madam will be on the topic ethical professionalism today. Ma'am, now the session is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
At the outset, thank the program coordinators, Dr. Subhashini Madam and Dr. Pushpa, for the opportunity given to me to discuss with you about the ethical habits, what we have to follow in our day-to-day life as well as in profession to satisfy us. Now, let me discuss the things what we are having in our day-to-day life and the things what are prevailing in our human society. Nothing new I'm going to discuss now. Certain qualities we must have to succeed in our both professional and the personal life. We need to cultivate. Generally, so much of success in our life derives from the mindset rather than the skill sets. Am I right? So what is meant by mindset? Actually, the mindset we learn from our parents, right? What we learn from our teachers, what we derive from our life experiences and the way we respond to them, right? We can say that is the lens, internal lens through which we are viewing or we are navigating our life. So the purpose of our life is to become a better the human being. So we need to review the qualities time to time, and we need to endeavor to cultivate the better in us, right? So we need to instill the better qualities amongst us to be a better human being in both the professional and the personal life. The human being, we have a lot of very good qualities in us, but sometimes we forget to recollect those qualities or show those qualities in the public. That reason is we do not realize that those qualities will give us the soul satisfaction. Right? The soul satisfaction is more important than earning money. Money is very much essential, but that will not give us everything, right? The soul satisfaction is most important. That can be acquired by behaving properly in both the public and the personal life. That is more important. So for this all, rather than the skill set, the mindset is the most important one. Therefore, you have to be focused on the positive mindset in addition to acquiring the skill sets to serve in the society or to have a better place in the society, right? And we need to have some core skills, core qualities, right? That core qualities that makes you the professional successful, right? Um, I have listed some of the core qualities: empathy, intuition, dedication, confidence, right? I have listed so many core qualities. Right? Even though we have all those core qualities within um, the people, right? We sometimes, fortunately or unfortunately, we forget to showcase those qualities, or we forget to utilize those qualities between us to have a good ambience, right? Okay, let me say a few words about this core qualities. The first one is empathy. You have to be more empathetic. What is empathy? Right? How do we understand the meaning of this term empathy? For example, if you take Ratan Tata, he is a more empathetic person in the society. We know that. When during this pandemic, the person is understanding the difficulties of the common people, their employees, right? And based on the requirement, based on the difficulties presenting among them, right? He is understanding the difficulties, and he is providing what is that? The facilities to make them come out of those difficulties. Right? So this Ratan Tata is the best example for because as he, even though he is a great philanthropist, we know him as a better human being. Right? We cannot compare this person, Mr. Ratan Tata, with Anil Ambani or the other the highly successful philanthropist. Right? This person is more empathetic, and we live in our heart for till our life. Is it? So the empathy, that is, how do we say he's more empathetic person? Actually, he is standing in their employees' shoes, right? He's standing in their, he's feeling from their hearts, right? He's seeing from their eyes, right? So then only they can understand, the person can understand the difficulties of other people. They can do something to make them get rid out of those things, right? So that empathy, that most important quality, every person have to inculcate in their mind, right? So it is we can say that is the ability of a human being to understand their other person's difficulties in their place, right? By feeling from their place, that is the most important, right? And the intuition, another important quality is intuition. You need to be more intuitive. What does it mean? Intuitive. That is, you have to understand something, anything, not understand anything immediately without using your subconscious, conscious reasoning. That utilization of the conscious reasoning of solving the problem is very easy to everyone here, but the reacting by understanding the situation, something immediately. Right, that is more important. That actually this quality plays a vital role when we need to take a decision in a difficult situation. Right, when there is no precedent incidents to follow. Right, so this the person's success, right, the highly reputed, highly renowned person's success is morely depends on this quality called the intuition. Sometimes it may give you some give you the seed for the great ideas, right? So this intuition, this character, this quality is also the more important. You have to improve all these qualities to get a better job, right? By showcasing or by executing this all the essential qualities. You need to sculpt all your traits time to time. Then only you can work along with the other people, and we can have their respect, can earn their respect, right? Then dedication. Dedication. What is dedication? Everyone knows it. The best example for this, your father, right? Dedication. Even though he's not feeling well, even though his position in the working place is not good, right? Even though whatever be the circumstances, he will not give up his endeavor to get the money to make you feel more sophisticated. You can lead your life more comfortably, right? He is the best example for this quality called dedication. Dedication, right? Dedication. That is the we can say that is the loyalty, the strong sense of support to the business or the career, right? So when a person is more dedicated to his work, we can find a number of qualities in them, like their positive attitude, the punctuality, the flexibility, the patience. Right? And for earning this quality, the person doesn't require any extensive experience in the particular field. Even though you are new to a particular field, right, you can be more dedicated to that place, right? It doesn't require any previous extensive experience in that, right? So this is the most important quality to get a better place in your life. Then confidence. Into the confidence, everyone must have this quality to succeed, right? One of the most indispensable quality to earn by every one of you, right? The confidence. What is that? It is believing in your own abilities, right? Believing your own abilities to manage the assigned task or the situation, right? And there is confidence. That is the more important character. When a person have a high confidence, even though he is lacking in the skills and the other things, right? He can achieve in their field, right? That is another important quality, right? The teamwork, that is the most essential. Well, that is also the most essential quality to serve in the workplace, right? The teamwork is very much essential. Mostly the great leader really collect the work from all the team members. They will definitely depending on all the other team members, right? But always depending on the negative remark for the particular person, but some type of dependency is required, right, to lead a teamwork. That is the most important one. Teamwork. Then we can say the integrity. Integrity. That is again, that is the most important character you need to cultivate in you. That is being honest in the workplace, right? You must have strong moral principles, right? That is integrity. The integrity person generally behaves more ethically, and they will always do the right thing even behind the closed doors. Closed doors. For example, a team is working towards the attainment of their annual target, right? But for example, a team is working for a project. They need to complete the work, and they need to submit the output in 5 days time, right? Everyone started working very hardly, and they are doing they are delivering their the most the skills to complete the project in this time period. But suddenly the leader of the team was in a situation to take a leave, right? Unfortunately, it happened. When he went off from the work, right, the other people in the team will be more reluctant to afford their qualities, their skills to complete the project in the given time. Right? Some percent, 70% of the people will not work. It will not work for the attainment of the team, the project. Right? But remaining are offering their that. The dedication to complete the work, right? But the person who are performing the work even without the supervision of that team leader. That is called the integrity, right? Even behind the closed doors, right? The people are giving their maximum output to reach the goal of the particular organization, right? That integrity, teamwork under the leadership, right? So these are the qualities are the more essential things to achieve the output. And the self-awareness, the reliability, right? The success in the intended work, right? Everything, these all the qualities are very much essential to take a better place in the working environment, right? So unethical workplace behavior, right? That is available in multiple forms, and they have multiple targets. But this unethical behavior is not only prevalent in most organizations, right? But even it is extremely costly, right? But this has to be avoided, right? The unethical behavior. And right. So these are the indispensable qualities you need to cultivate in you to be a better human being. In addition to that, some characters we need to avoid, right? Even though we have a abundant quantity of the good qualities amongst us, sometimes we will not realize the showcasing those qualities or practicing those qualities among the other people, we will forget, right? So that thing has to be avoided, because that will not give you soul satisfaction at the end. Right? Yeah, let us discuss some characters which has to be totally avoided at the workplace. Everyone knows it, but still I'm here just to refresh the things what we have in our mind and what we need to follow in our day-to-day life to be a better human being, right? The success of a person is mainly depending on their behavior in the public, or behavior among the co-workers. That is more important, right? Even in the family, in order to maintain the family relations, certain characters we need to follow, certain characters we need to avoid, right? Very first one is blame game. It is a playing blame game is very, very easy to any one of you, right? Even in our life, we may have come across a number of blame games, because that is very easy, right? When a person receives a criticism, right? When the program gets failed, right? When the target is not achieved by a team or by a person, immediately we will point out or figure on others, right? Because the main reason is that very, very easy, and the people will not accept lowering their self-esteem, right? So generally, mostly we the people follow this, play this blame game, right? And the people, why do people do this play? Right, the reasons may be different from a person to person, but the overall essence is that instead of taking full responsibility for your actions, right? Instead of taking a deep look at why we made this mistake, right? Instead of avoiding degrading ourselves, right? Generally, we point out that it helps us to preserve our self-esteem, right? By avoiding awareness in our own issues, right? And this negative consequence or this criticism we use when we are in the attack mode, when we are in the unfavorable situations, right? But definitely, this character will not be the case in the long run, right? Sometimes it may backfire you, it may backfire on you, right? Therefore, this character has to be avoided in both our personal as well as the workplace, right? When suppose we have this, we engage in this behavior means, right? What consequences we will face, right? If a person, for example, if I take myself, if I play some blame game among my co-workers, I'm along with my colleagues, right? What will happen? At some point of time, all the people might start walk away from me, right? They will lose their trust, right? And they can, it can lead to lower down my self-esteem, right? And it may make me feel more worthless, right? Worthless, right? And at the end, I may lose the friendships, relations to the extreme. I may lose my job, right? So it will lead to the loneliness and even the abandonment, because the people around you will leave and they will never come back, right? When you exhibit this sort of character, right, which are working along with you, right? So you need to hold yourself accountable for your actions. You need to take the ownership for what you have done, right? So the person who blame others for the wrong thing definitely will not going to learn from that incident. They simply move from the people will simply move from problem to problem. Politics, right? Everyone is pointing others for the mishappenings, right? And the person is not going to learn from the current situation, because they will not analyze the reasons for the failure of the particular behavior, right? So unless you take the responsibility for your actions, right, unless you learn from your mistakes, right, you cannot reach your potential. I can say that the people are like pickles. Some are sour, some are sweet, right? Some may leave bad taste in your mouth. So you don't have the right to blame others for your own mistakes. Sometimes we will say, when the unfortunate things happen to me, why God, you are giving all the things to me. It's all my fate, right? That sort of what's that? The feelings of the person we come across, right? But all those things are because of ourselves only, right? So every one of us reaps what we sow. Mm? So the miseries, what we suffer, right, have been caused by ourselves only. None else in the universe is to blame, right? But generally, the God is the last to blame for it, right? But that thing definitely will not give you the ambience to learn from those failure incidents, right? So this is the first lesson you need to learn. You need to follow in the workplace, right? That is playing the blame game, avoiding playing the blame game, right? And you have to be determined, yeah, not to curse anything outside, not to lay the blame upon anyone outside, right? But a man, you need to stand up, lay the blame on yourself, analyze the reasons for those failures, and try to learn the right thing from the incident, right? That is the most important thing, right? That is the most important trait you need to sculpt in you, right? Uh, okay, the human beings are very slow to recognize our own weaknesses. Definitely, everyone won't accept their weaknesses, right? Even though we know these are our weaknesses, we won't accept it, right? We are very slow to recognize our own weakness, our own fault, right? As long as we can lay blame upon somebody else, we don't look at our own faults and own mistakes. Ultimately, we cannot learn anything from particular, right? this time I want to quote the Vivekananda's word: stand up, be bold, and take the blame on your own shoulders. Right? Don't go about throwing mud at others. For all faults you suffer from, you are the sole and only cause. Right? Whatever, what all the miseries, all the unfortunate things, are the main sources, right? The particular person, we are the sole reason for that consequences, right? So very first, you need to avoid playing the blame game in the workplace. Workplace, it is most important thing, right? Then dragging others down. What does it mean? The people will start dragging others down if or when someone is having success. Is it not? This thing again, we can see among the public, among the society, right? Dragging others down when someone is having success. That is because of jealousy, investments, right? Pride and low self-esteem, right? So we don't have the courage to accept the other's success, right? Uh, most people, we can say, most people are unhappy in their life or in their work professional when they see others' success as a threat. When you see others' progress as a threat instead of the inspiration. Actually, the people have to take the others' growth, others' success as inspiration. But we, the people, don't have that mentality to take it as an inspiration, right? We will assume, we will take that as a threat to our life, right? So now I'm going to tell you on the story, that is Indian crab story. Every one of you have heard this, but for the sake of those who don't know that, I'll narrate it in one or two words. Right? One Indian trader, right? He was in the business of exporting crabs to some South Asian company, right? An Indian trader, right? He's exporting the to crabs to the South Asian company. The consignment would be exporting a few hundreds of crabs in a container. The beauty is the container is not with the lids. It's not covered with the lids, right? So every week he is exporting few hundreds of crabs in a container which doesn't have its cover, right? But the surprising thing was that the container at the port entry, there was never a short in the count. For example, he's exporting 100 crabs, means the what's that? That receiver end, he's getting all the hundreds, even without a single shortage. Right now, the foreign guy asked our supplier how the number of crabs never came down, despite that the container is the container never had the lid, right? Actually, this uh, what's that? Not possible, but he's asking like that. The trader replied that, or the seller is telling that it is the specialty of Indian crab. Specialty of Indian crab. They will never let anyone go up. It will never allow anyone to go up. They will, they will be pulled down by the other crabs. If anyone start to march toward the top of the container, means the other crabs will make them pull down. Right? This is true for most human beings also. Right? They feel jealous when others grow in life. Right? They do many things to ensure their growth is not smooth. They want to make the other people to reach the success, right, in a smooth manner. They will make a lot of hindrances. They will They will do the many things, whatever possible within their extent. Right? Even to more than that, they will do to make them come down, right? Dragging others, right? Now they will be very cautious by not allowing them to achieve the success in their life, right? That character has to be totally eradicated from the mind of the humans, right? If anyone reaches success in their concerned means, we need to appreciate. We need to appreciate. And the worst case, you be calm to um, have to be calm, right? But all human, not all human beings are like this, right? But most of the people are behaving like that. But that behavior has to be totally eradicated, right? And the other one is steal one's thunder. Steal one's thunder. What does it mean? Steal one's thunder. For example, a team is working towards the attainment of the goal of the organization, right? Well, the team is working with the maximum effort of all the involved people, and they have completed 99% of their work, right? In the last minute, a person X is coming in, right? And he is also joining his hand to complete the remaining 1% of the work. Remaining 1% of the work. You know, they are contributing 1%. But once the work is completed, right? He may try to convince others that without him, nothing would have been accomplished by the particular team. Right? They will announce others that the work has not been done without his presence. But his contribution is only 1%. He joined the team only at the end of the game. Right? The 99% of the work was done by the other team members. Right? The person X has contributed only 1% only at the end, but they try to convince others. They would try to showcase the whole work is done by us. Without his contribution, the work has not been completed. Like that, right? So the claim of the credit has to be given for the due, right? Has to be given for the contributors, right? So there is nothing more infuriating than someone taking credit for your work, right? We may come across this type of incident at one point or another. Definitely, everyone has to come across it, right? But that habit has to be totally avoided, right? For example, one person is a team is working for a project, right? They are completing the work, and their work is very stupendous, and that work has been exemplary by all the standards, right? And assume you are the in charge, you are the team leader, right? And an ethical question comes now. That is whether you should submit the report under your name and just simply acknowledge the team members' participation, or submit the report as a team effort. Right? The two questions comes in front of you. One is the whole work done by the team members. Right? Will you submit the report in the name of the team members, or will you submit the report by mentioning you are the major contributor and with the support of the other members? The two situations are coming in front of you, right? Which one will you take? If you take the first case, right, the work is the report you prepared under your name, right, and with the support of your team members. Is it right? Is it right? Definitely not. The second case, that is, it is the report has to be submitted as the team effort, right? So, but when you submit the report in the first, phase means, you may get the probability, you may get the promotion, probably you will get the promotion, but that has to be avoided. You should not steal one's thunder, right? You have to be ethical to give credit where the credit is due, right? So you cannot take all the credits only on your shoulder for the others' contributions and work. Right. So apart from that, there are so many things you need to avoid in the workplace, but these three are the major and the basic character, right? You have to have in your mind to play in the workplace, right? Avoiding playing blame games, right? Avoiding dragging others down, avoiding stealing one's standards, right? So like this, so many things we need to learn, we need to cultivate in our mind, right, to have a better workplace environment, right? But we must have the mindset that your personality could derail your career. Definitely your personality could derail your career unless you have the good mindset and good characters, right? You know, what kind your life with the good memories, right? And 5 days with the good thoughts, right? When you need to have some qualities, right? But the qualities which have to be avoided, right? On your past, right? The person who hold on their past definitely will not succeed in their life, right? If something's happened, unfortunately, means you need to come out of it, right? And you need to find the ways to make them as a stepping stone for the success in your life, right? If you drag on it, right? If you hold on your past, but if you dwell on its past, right, it will not give you the effective output, right? When you play a safe game, right, the person who plays a safe game, right, they will not again get the succeed in life. You need to take more risks, right? Irrespective of the output, and considering the input output, right, you have to take risk, because then only you can learn new things, right? You can use those learnings in their further activities to make it a success, right? And the person who do not have the confidence on them, who do not have the confidence in what they are pursuing, right? So that people definitely won't grow in their life. The person who are not passionate, who procrastinate the activities, and who are not courageous, who are not, the people have to move on their work, right? Move on to achieve the goal, achieve their dream, right? Otherwise, that sort of people won't succeed in their life, right? So the people have to stop the gossiping, right? You have to stop gossiping about others, right? Um, uh, you have you have to avoid the habit of jealous, right? Stop being envious on others, their own timeline. Right now, you can be a rich person. Right after some time, the other person can be a, right. The, what's that? That is, everyone has their own timeline, so you need not be envious of others. Right, that thing has to be avoided. Right, and you have to stop blaming the circumstances. Stop blaming others. Stop blaming the circumstances. You need to start work on your dreams, work on your dreams, right? And you should not be satisfied with the mediocrity in both knowledge and the finance, right? You not stop being satisfied with mediocrity, right? You have to try to improve yourself, try to enhance yourself with all that, right? And stop to be in your comfort zones. Stop to be in your comfort zones. You have to be bold enough to take the risks. If you're in the comfort zone, you're not going to learn anything, right? You need to cross the border, right? You need to take the risks, right? Take the risks bigger than your goals, bigger than your goals. Then only you can reach the uh, your dreams, reach your dreams, right? And some things you need to avoid, and some things you need to inculcate in you to make you be a better human being and a better person in the workplace, right? Actually, in the society, there are two types of people, right? One, those who do the work, who do the work, those who take credit, right? Who do the work, the other, those who take the credit. There are two categories of people, right? First category is the people will always do the work. The second category, they will always take the credit of that work, right? And you need to be in the first group. Right? Try to be in the first group because there will be less competition. This is the statement given by our former Prime Minister of India, that is Madam Indira Gandhi. Right? Two types of people, two kinds of people. Right? The first one is who do the work. The second one is who take the credit. Right? But you try to be in the first group because there only less competition. Less competition. Right? You need not to worry about the credit, right? You just to do the work. In long run, the people can understand your value and your contribution, right? And the students, after completing the course, you are going to experience both tolerable and the toxic workplaces. Definitely, everyone has to come across both different extremities, right? Tolerable and toxic workplaces. And you may probably going to switch jobs more than once until you find yourself. Did not we may not we can't be stick on the first employment itself, right? Right, until you find yourself, definitely you will switch from one to you will be switch on more number of jobs, right? You may come across tough times, right? Tough times. So always keep in mind that education is more important. Education is important. Right? Above all, the discipline, the ethics is more important. Right? The education is secondary only, but the following discipline, right? Showing discipline, right? Showing good characters, right? Is very much important than education. Education. So, if you are properly educated, if you follow the ethical values in your life, definitely you can become the stronger version of yourself. You can become the stronger version, right? You can improve yourself every day, right? You can face any challenges in your life, and you can create the good ambience, right? You can create all the good qualities, that you can sculpt all your traits. You can reach the pinnacle of success very easily, right? So you need to sculpt all the traits, right? Be more specific about your plans, more specific to your aim and your objectives, your dream, right? Look at the society, live realistically. Live, that is a more important. Underline this word. Live realistically. Live realistically. Find your best skills, best hobbies.
I'm sorry for interrupting, ma'am. I think you need to scroll the presentation slide, ma'am, because in characters to avoid at work. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Always own a clear perspective goal, and try to achieve it. Try to achieve it. Right? You, the students, now are in the first year. You need to learn many things. You need to build up the fundamentals based on the knowledge we are going to acquiring in this first year is for your high-end subjects which are coming in your subsequent semesters. So try to learn all the fundamentals, right? And embellish your life by acquiring more knowledge in the technical field. And one thing I want to stress here that apart from the curriculum knowledge, you need to acquire the knowledge in the current trends, because the curriculum we are revising once in 3 years, but those things, the concepts what you are learning in the curriculum can be considered as the basics for building the laying the building, right? So apart from the curriculum, apart from the basic fundamentals, right, you have to equip yourself with the latest trends in your field, So, but that much very strong, what's that? Very highly proportionate recent trends knowledge is not at all essential, but the basic things you can learn from your day-to-day life, that you can by browsing the internet, right? So you have to be with more fundamental and the latest happenings in the field. Then only you can survive in the technical field, right? For example, if you are a mechanical engineering student, if you are an electrical engineering student, right, you have to gain the knowledge on the latest happenings like mechatronics, process automation, hybrid vehicles, right? This knowledge is all essential to get accomplished our future, right? So above all, our basic qualities, for basic characters, right, that has to be sharpened to make your life, not only your life, and it is very embellishing your future, embellishing the people who are surrounding you, right? Everyone will get benefited because of your improved good qualities. But it is very unfortunate to say that many people do not have that qualities, even though but one thing I want to say that everyone is having all the important core qualities in them, right? But they are not practiced to use those qualities, right? That the people have to find the ways to show all these things. But that is not very easy to avoid those showing those all the qualities, because this is a human nature, right? Ever since you were a toddler, right, we learn to point out others. We will learn to dragging others. We will learn to steal others' credits, right? So when you grow up, it becomes a habit. Others, it is an uncomfortable fact. But it is an uncomfortable fact of life, right? So that has to be. We need to take some steps to eradicate those things. You need to curtail those things, right, to show among others, right? Even though it is a little bit difficult, but that can make you a better human being, right, in both the personal life and professional life. Thank you all. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much for the given opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. It was really a very nice session. I'll call upon Dr. Pushpa, ma'am, for providing Thanksgiving.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Speaker for the day, Dr. N. Rajeshwari, ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SPIHER, has delivered an eye-opener session on practicing ethics in professionalism. Ma'am has highlighted the importance of core qualities like empathy, dedication, teamwork, developing leadership qualities, and above all, gaining knowledge beyond curriculum during your period of graduation that all the students have to practice in their day-to-day life to become successful. Ma'am has also pointed out few qualities that we should shed out, like fault finding, dragging others down, standing in others people's shoes, working within comfort zone in our professional and personal life. Throughout her speech, ma'am has exemplified her speech with real-life heroes like Ratan Tata, Swami Vivekananda, which inspires all of us and encourages us to perform better in all spheres. Thank you, ma'am, for the highly motivating speech. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am, it was really a nice session, as Pushpa ma'am has said. It was an eye-opening session, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So with this, we will end this session for today, and tomorrow, being the last day of induction program, we will join back by 9:50 a.m. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.